This story is about Frisco. NFL teams consider the penultimate preseason game on the schedule to be the regular season dress rehearsal. Starters get more playing time than in any other preseason game, usually the entire first half. Judging by the responses in the Cowboys locker room Thursday, they aren't looking at Saturday night's preseason game against the Oakland Raiders as a dress rehearsal. There's only one way to play, so for that half it's like a real football game, tight end Jason Witten said. I do think it's good for your team to have these types of games where you can get extended playing time. I know our group is excited to build on what happened last week. Here are 5 storylines to monitor in the Cowboys' 4th preseason game Saturday at AT&T Stadium. 1. How many carries for Zeke? Ezekiel Elliott is expected to make his 2017 preseason debut. The 2016 rushing champ made a statement in the Cowboys' second from last preseason game a year ago, carrying 7 times for 48 yards in 14 offensive snaps against Seattle's talented first-team defense. Elliott should get a similar workload against the Raiders. Having a 6-game suspension, depending on the results of his appeal, Elliott's work Saturday might be his last in a game until late October. What should fans expect from him? Well, Dak Prescott said during a Friday ESPN interview that Elliott looks faster. He's hitting the holes, Prescott said, and when he gets a lane in practice, he's out of there. 2. Another Pro Bowler making his preseason debut? Sean Lee returned to practice this week after dealing with a strained hamstring. He too is expected to play against Oakland. The weak side linebacker had 3 strong weeks of training camp practices before suffering the injury. Lee said Friday that he's feeling great and ready to play in a game. I think I need to play, Lee said. I like playing in the preseason games. I think it helps me start the right way when the season starts the first game. Lee has led the Cowboys in tackles the last 2 seasons. 3. How much will Jalen Smith play? Smith made his NFL debut last weekend, playing 12 snaps. He's expected to get more work against the Raiders. At this point, how well Smith plays isn't as important as the amount of work he gets. The plan is to gradually increase his number of snaps as he works to overcome his drop foot condition. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said last week that the nerve in Smith's left leg was nearly 90% regenerated when the team left for camp a month ago. 4. Who will get more QB snaps behind Doc? Kellen Moore and Cooper Rush split second-team reps last week. Rush, who had been working exclusively with the third team, earned the opportunity by his strong play in the Cowboys' first 3 preseason games. Prescott should play the entire first half and maybe the first series of the third quarter before Moore and Rush get their opportunities. Will Moore bounce back from 2 shaky outings? Will Rush continue to move the offense while avoiding a single turnover? 5. More blitzing? Rod Marinelli isn't a huge fan of blitzing. He'd prefer his front 4 provide the bulk of the pressure. But if that group can't get to the opposing quarterback, perhaps the Cowboys will dial up more blitzes this season from players like Jalen Smith and Orlando Scandrick. Smith had 3.5 sacks during his sophomore season at Notre Dame. Scandrick, who has 11.5 in his career, batted a pass while coming on a blitz against Indy last week. He's a great blitzer, Marinelli said of Scandrick. He really is a terrific blitzer, so I'm excited to see that part of his game back.